G'day and welcome to the third video of the Faith, Hope and Charity series. In this video we are looking at the cloth stitch trail, tossing out bobbins and making a tail. Start the cloth stitch edge with cross, twist, cross, working across the trail to the inner pin. Bring the pair from the centre of the work into the cloth stitch trail, put up the pin and tension. Cloth stitch out to the edge and tension well. The trail is getting crowded, so I will remove every second bobbin until 6 bobbins have been laid aside. Cloth stitch to the next inner pin. Bring in the pair from the centre of the work, put up the pin and tension. Cloth stitch out to the edge and return to the next inner pin. We will place a temporary pin there. Lay aside those bobbins while we work on the left side. We will be working in half stitch until the work reaches the cloth stitch marker. Bring the bobbins down and ensure that the twists are still correct on them. Using half stitch, continue working the outer trail. Cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist, cross, twist. Add a pin twist. Put up the pin. This pin is a pivot pin as the weaver goes around it without any other pairs intersecting. Half stitch the edge, hole stitch, pin, hole stitch. Cross, twist, cross, twist, pin. Cross, twist, cross, twist. Bring in a pair from the spider edge with cross, twist. Add a pin twist to the weaver. Put up the pin. Half stitch to the edge, hole stitch, pin, hole stitch, cross, twist, pin, cross, twist, and return in half stitch to the next inner pin. Bring in a pair from the spider edge with cross, twist, add a pin twist to the weaver, put up the pin. Half stitch to the edge, hole stitch, pin, hole stitch, cross, twist, pin, cross, twist, and return in half stitch to the next inner pin. This is a pivot pin. Half stitch to the edge, put up the pin, but lay aside these bobbins while the ground row is worked. Work the 4th pin of the ground row in half stitch, pin, half stitch, then return to the left edge. Work in half stitch to the inner pin. Bring the pair from the ground row into the trail and half stitch back to the outside edge. We are now at the transition row where we will switch to cloth stitch. Work this row in cross stitch. Pick up and lay aside every second bobbin until 6 bobbins have been removed. Work the next row in cloth stitch. Toss out 6 bobbins and work the next row in cloth stitch. Work this last row on the left in cloth stitch. That brings the left edge trail ready to merge with the right. Work the right edge trail in cloth stitch until it too is ready to merge at the centre pinhole. Cross, twist, cross, put up the pin, tension, and work the left weaver through the pairs to the left. Add 2 edge twists, put up the pin. Cloth stitch to the right side. Add 2 edge twists, put up the pin, and cloth stitch back to the centre point. Taking a bobbin from each outside edge, carry them under all of the threads, crossing them over before bringing forward and making a double knot. Cut off all the bobbins and remove the ornament from your pillow. Using a sharp pair of scissors, cut the tossed out threads close to the work.